Alright, welcome back to Combat Sports, and today we have some breaking news. Tyson Fury is coming back on April the 11th, live on Netflix, and he's fighting a Makhmudov, which is a very interesting fight because Makhmudov recently just fought Dave Allen, and personally, I don't think it was his best performance ever. I think, Dave Allen, won quite a few more rounds in that fight than I think people realise. So it's going to be an interesting fight, and I think Tyson Fury coming out of retirement to fight someone like Makhmudov, who isn't, a top contender at the moment, shows that it's just a bit of a warm-up fight. So we're going to get into who he might be possibly facing later. Alright, so here we have Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk highlights from the second fight. We're going to give it a bit of a quick watch and analyse how Fury fought in that fight, because quite frankly, I think that was the best, Tyson Fury performance we've had in the last, 3-4 years. So, and, quite frankly, I think it's probably the best anyone's ever actually done against Usyk, in my opinion. So, we're going to give it a quick watch now, so let's just see how it goes.
Got nice and tight, shot up with it.
Yeah, Fury in this fight was a lot bigger, but he was carrying the weight quite well, and you can see that, He's not that slow. He's still got the speed that he's always had. God, it is looking like... He does look like a bit of a Father Christmas Fury, doesn't he, in this fight? Oh, nice body shots there again from Fury. Wow, yeah, Usyk was just constantly coming forward in this fight, and this is how you have to beat people like Fury. It's just the constant pressure and like the constant if you're able to take a punch like Usyk is, you're gonna keep coming forward. It's gonna be a hard night for Fury because if you gas him out and make him tired, he's not gonna move as quickly as much as he would do in the earlier rounds. So, oh yeah. Fury's landing back there. He's got a bit more. He's a bit more ferocious in round 9 here, and this is the thing. He's not doing too badly. For the later rounds.
Breaking the rhythm. He's just lost the last 3 rounds. He needed a big round.
Oh, big punch there from Usyk. Yeah, now look at it again. Usyk's pressure is just unmatched. Oh, again there, yeah. In round 11, Usyk's just all over him here. And you can kind of see that Fury is kind of just... He doesn't do well with the pressure there, especially in later rounds. He's very tired, which you would be. And that's the thing, and that's what we all have to kind of consider. But is Makhmudov actually going to do this to Fury at all? And the last round, 10 seconds, going at it like warriors. Wow. I mean, they have to do the trilogy, in my opinion. After watching this now, you have to think the Usyk 3 trilogy with Tyson Fury, a man that's spoken so highly in the past about trilogies, about doing a trilogy, having I think he said he had 3 trilogy fights. I'm not sure, I haven't got that fact checked, but he's had quite a few trilogies, and this is the thing. Usyk is the one that you want to cement it with. If you're both the best of your generation, you want to cement going at it 3 times. That's what I would be wanting to do if I was in his shoes, because that performance wasn't that bad. That was a lot better than anyone's actually done against Usyk, in my opinion, ever. People talk about AJ, but the thing is with AJ, there wasn't like that kind of, he might get him here, he might do this, he might do that. Watching Fury is like watching 2 guys off the street. He doesn't look like a boxer, and the fact that he doesn't look like a boxer is almost the fact is like, that looks a bit like my dad, you know what I mean? Like, it could be anyone, Tyson Fury, because he's not in AJ shape, but he's the best fighter of our generation, in my opinion. And I think in this fight, he's shown that he can go the distance with people like Usyk. So I don't know why he's fighting Makhmudov unless it's a build-up fight. So, we've got to take that into consideration, because do I see the AJ fight happening anytime soon? Probably not. because AJ's just gone off a horrible car accident, and you know there's a lot that's going on in his life over the last kind of 3 months. So you have to kind of go, do you know what? He's probably not going to fight this year, and you're going to have to respect that. And he probably might not fight again, and you still have to respect that because AJ is, you know, he's a great champion, Olympian. He's had a lot of accolades in his life, which he can sit down and just look at and just go, I've done it. And I don't think Tyson Fury adds to that enough, in my opinion, for him to really want to get back into the ring. Because when you think about it, a fight with Tyson Fury could have been made ages ago, and I think AJ has been pushing him for it for a while. And I think people like Tyson Fury and Frank Warren may have, you know, played a bit of, you know, oh, we want this amount of money for Fury or whatever, because I know he likes his dosh. So it's got me thinking, I don't think it's going to be the AJ fight. So I think if I was in their team, I'd be looking at that Usyk trilogy, because it would be priceless. Because what happens if he does it? What happens if he comes back? Rocky moment. Okay, we get behind Tyson, because he's on a, you know, we know he has a lot of mental health issues, and you have to think, if we get behind him and go, do you know what? Rocky moment. Tyson Fury, you have your Rocky moment here. You have lost twice now to this guy. Okay? You had the ability last time to beat him. Let's go all in, and let's just end it on this. Because if we keep going on, because, you know, as much as I love Tyson Fury, I don't think he should be trying to contend with the best in the world in the next 3-4 years from now, because I don't think he'll be at that position where he can. So that's my opinion on that. So let's watch the Makhmudov side of it. All right, so we have round 1 here of Makhmudov versus Allen, and I personally thought Allen won this fight. So let's just kind of give it a bit of a rewatch and tell me what you think as well. Do you think Makhmudov actually stands a chance in this fight? Because I personally don't. You know, just see that there. Let's just look back at that. Wow, he just completely slipped. He overthrew and just, yeah. And you can tell the entire fight he was throwing bombs, but I don't want to be rude, but I've not really seen a Dagestani who, you know, who has come across, you know, he's a moment. Wow, yeah, no, you just see here. No, yeah. If you fight like this against Tyson Fury, he's just gonna throw you around and wallop you, and that's just my straight first impressions here. Because yeah, Makhmudov, is he from Dagestan? I'm not 100% sure, but the name sounds Dagestani. I'm not trying to be rude, but he doesn't seem to throw as aggressively as a lot of these heavyweights would do, and you know, it's got me thinking, when you're in a fight against Tyson Fury, is this kind of stuff gonna work? You know, is the kind of, I kind of think it's semi-pressuring. You know, it's like he's a semi-pressure fighter. You know, but the punches he throws just don't seem to be of any sort of problem to anyone in the heavyweight division so far. Like, because you know, Dave Allen is a tough motherfucker, yes, but at the same time, okay, he was getting bombs thrown at him left, right, and center. Okay, Makhmudov was not holding back, and that's the thing. So if Dave Allen can take punches like that, you know, I think a lot of people like, you know, Tyson Fury, and yeah, even if Moses and Tama fights, you know, Makhmudov, I would doubt that Makhmudov would survive, because he's a decent fighter, but there are levels, okay? And when I say there are levels, Makhmudov does not punch like Moses and Tama does. Like, we've all seen him, okay? And he punches like, you know, the little child thing with like, oh, the fox will blow the house down. Moses is that fox, and when he punches you, that house is coming down. There's no way about it. You can go, oh, he missed me there. Okay, but when he hits you, you are going down and you're going out. It's that kind of Mike Tyson-esque, you know, And even people like AJ had a bit of that for a while. You know, when people used to watch AJ in his prime, they used to think, oh my God, he's like a Greek Mike Tyson. I remember my uncle watching him fight and was like, and this is like 2012, and he was like, mate, he fights like Mike Tyson if he was a Greek god. Like, if Mike Tyson was a Greek god, it'd be Anthony Joshua. And quite honestly, I think that's a fair representation. But when it comes to people like Makhmudov, he doesn't have any special attributes, and I'm not trying to be rude. And quite frankly, I think that's going to be his biggest downfall against someone like Fury, who could just literally probably jam him off all night, you know, with this performance. So, okay, continuing in round 2. And yeah, you see Makhmudov here, not really throwing too much there.
Every minute ticks by. Dave Allen's got a better chance in this fight, but Makhmudov is looking very hungry. He wants
Yeah.
to fight with Anthony Joshua, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And
Yeah, he's waiting so long. I'm getting tired watching this.
maintain it as the contest goes on. That's the
Like, Dave Allen is a great fighter, but it was just one of those matchups. You know?
He warmed into it. That was low.
Yeah.
Low from Allen
Was it
on the left hook. And he'll get a ticky off from Steve Craig.
Yeah, the bloke does look scary, and he looks like a bit of a psycho. I will admit that, but he's not like. He's not that kind of. He's overthrown again. And Dave Allen's coming back there, you know. So let's skip towards the later rounds here. Okay, round 12.
Moments for this crowd, but Arslan Makhmudov has navigated these 12 rounds really well, utilising that amateur experience to box his way. Oh, big shots.
Alright,
So desperate, Dave
big shot there, but this is what I mean.
Arslan Makhmudov.
It's a big shot, but it's not doing anything to Dave Allen, and this is what makes me think that Tyson Fury's just going to walk all over him. So, you know, I don't see any other outcome, in my opinion, here, apart from Makhmudov or Makhmudov. That's what I call it, Makhmudov, but the guy commentator there just said Makhmudov. So Makhmudov, I don't think he's going to stand a chance at all. So, you know, unfortunately, Tyson Fury is Tyson Fury, and no matter how old he gets, the younger, not younger, but the upcomers, you know, who aren't special like Moses and Tamu, or like Tyson Fury himself when he was coming up, or an AJ, you know, people like that are going to have a very hard night against Tyson Fury, no matter how old he is, unless he's under 45. I don't know, I would say he might probably, most people would have a chance. So yeah, honestly, let me know what you think in the comments below, and just tell me, what do you think is going to happen in this fight? Because I don't think Makhmudov is going to stand a chance against Tyson Fury, and I think this is going to lead to something more, hopefully an Usyk trilogy, but we'll come to that in a later video. So let me know in the comments below what you think about the fight and what you think it's going to lead to. So cheers.